At this place in history, we're in Danville with Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. The sign behind us says a forgotten village. Where are we? What does that mean?
Well, I am fascinated. I don't know much about this. It says it's a Greenbank hollow. We're in the village, in the town of Danville. So we've invited some friends to come over and tell us all about this project. So we're going to go see Hollis Pryor and David Houston, and they're waiting for us at Greenbank Hall.
When was this a village?
Back in the 1800s. It ceased being a village shortly after 1885, but it was actually formed early on, one of the earliest in this part of Vermont. 1795 is when the mill rights were given or sold to people to begin a mill here. What we know most about the population was when Greenbank was running his mill here. There were 45 people working in his mill, and they produced a lot of cloth each day, woolen cloth, 700 yards a day. And so it was one of the largest employers. And these people were living in the village here, but in houses nearby as well. It wasn't a big metropolis, but it was a major spot, major hamlet of Danville.
Really the reason why a place like this is located where it is here is because of the water power, and with the falls and so forth. That's why everything back then was built around a brook. Benjamin
bought and built this mill, and it kept getting bigger and bigger. And so it attracted a lot of people who wanted to get their wool processed. So in that factory of processing wool, you know, one of the properties of wool is the lanolin, and the oil that is in the wool. And so over the years, that soaked into the beams of this large 5-story building that he had built. And then on December 14th in 1885, the watchman, who was making his nightly rounds, hung his lantern, kerosene lantern, on a nail. And for one reason or another, the lantern dropped onto the floor and hit those oil-soaked beams and planks, and this whole building, huge building, went up in 2 hours. And they could see the flames as far away, they think, as St. Johnsbury. It was huge. And of course, that threatened everything. His house right here, was standing by, burned. There's a little store and a post office site not far away, just over there, that burned. And of course, the bridge burned right next to the factory, only like 20 feet away from the building. And when that bridge burned, then that cut off this whole part of the village on this side of the brook from the major town in Danville and from the school for this little village that was up the hill. We'll show you that. And so the reason it's not here is that a disaster occurred.
Mid-January every year, we have a bonfire commemorative of the fire, a burning of the village and so forth. People come, hot dogs, marshmallows, s'mores, and baked beans and hot cider, just together and enjoy.
Hollis, if people come here today, what are they going to find? You know, why do people come here? What's the draw now?
Oh, the draw is the brook. And where we have opened it up and so forth with our brochures, showing them what was here. And so they come to look at that, to walk on the hiking trails that we have. We have sites where they can have a picnic, and so forth. But the sound of the brook really draws people, and it's beautiful. And during the summertime, you can sit there and just kind of dream. Yeah.
Exploring one of Vermont's forgotten villages at this place in history.